Let's just dive straight into this explainer, because we are starting with a really hard truth today. And honestly, it's one that hits pretty much every service business right in the bottom line. Every minute your team loses driving without a plan, that is profit literally leaking right out of your business. It's a huge realization, right? Because as business owners, we obsess over pricing or acquiring new customers, but we completely ignore this silent thief that's just stealing our margins every single day: poorly planned drive time.
So, welcome to today's explainer. We're extracting some truly premium insights from the ServiTrack Pro Academy to help you cure this unseen illness that's draining your margins. We're talking all about organizing your routes to protect your profit. And look, whether you run a house cleaning service, pool maintenance, landscaping, pest control, it doesn't matter. The principles we're getting into today are absolutely going to transform how you look at your daily operations.
Here's the quick roadmap for what we're covering. First, the hidden profit leak. Second, that busy versus efficient mindset. Third, the 6 elements of pro routes. Fourth, a tale of 2 routes. And finally, taking control of your profit. All right, Section 1, the hidden profit leak. Let's diagnose the problem.
It is honestly shocking how common these scheduling mistakes are. I mean, think about your own calendar for a second. How often are you scheduling visits purely based on when the customer called, without even glancing at their location? Sending your teams bouncing back and forth across town just wastes fuel, it causes massive wear and tear on your vehicles, and it eats up your billable time. And failing to group customers by area, or, oh man, forgetting to confirm access codes, that just means your team is sitting idle in a driveway instead of actually doing the work.
The harsh reality here is that having a fully booked calendar absolutely does not equal an efficient, profitable business. If you lack visibility into your operating day, you're just operating in total chaos. I mean, if you don't know who's handling each visit, or if a job was actually completed or missed or canceled, you can't possibly measure your productivity. You're paying for idle time, and that idle time comes directly out of your hard-earned profit margin.
Moving on to Section 2, Mindset, busy versus efficient.
Okay, so a crucial part of fixing this is making a fundamental mental shift. It is so incredibly easy to fall into this flawed mindset where you think, well, we have a ton of visits, so we must be doing great. We're super busy. But listen, being busy can be a total trap. A truly profitable mindset means you're stopping to ask yourself, wait, are we actually using our time, our routes, our team, and our fuel correctly? Because the goal isn't just to jam the calendar full of names. The goal is to organize your day so you complete way more work, but with significantly less friction.
And why does this matter so much? Because when you optimize, the positive impact literally ripples across your entire business. Organized routes directly lower your fuel costs and those wasted labor hours. They improve punctuality, which, by the way, drastically improves your customer experience. They also reduce team stress, right? Because your technicians aren't just stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic all day. And most importantly, they increase your growth capacity and your overall profit margin. You can actually serve more customers and make more money without necessarily working longer hours. It's the ultimate work smarter, not harder move.
Which brings us to Section 3, the 6 elements of pro routes.
Think of this as your absolute golden checklist. If you master these 6 elements, you completely eliminate the guesswork for your technicians and take your operations back. Number 1, group by area. Do not mix faraway zones. Number 2, priority. Know exactly what's urgent and what's flexible. 3, give every visit an estimated time, because obviously a deep clean takes way longer than a quick maintenance check. 4, make sure a specific technician is actually assigned. 5, provide crystal clear instructions and access codes. And finally, number 6, track that visit status so you never ever lose visibility.
Because look what happens if you skip those steps. You inevitably hit these incredibly frustrating roadblocks. Imagine the customer isn't home, or the gate is locked, or your tech has the wrong access code, or they show up without the necessary materials. A single wasted trip like that, it's not just a minor annoyance. It costs your fuel. It costs you that technician's hourly rate. It costs you the opportunity to serve another paying customer. And man, it just creates massive frustration for everyone involved.
The cure to all those wasted trips is just implementing a few really simple habits. Confirm your important visits the day before. Meticulously save all your customer instructions. Have your team actually review their notes before they even put the key in the ignition. And if a visit is missed, record exactly why it was missed so you can start learning from those patterns. By doing this, you're taking random daily failures and turning them into a highly predictable, learnable system.
All right, Section 4, a tale of 2 routes. Let's look at how this plays out in the real world, comparing an overworked owner to one who's built a smooth system.
In the before scenario, the owner has 12 visits, but they're just scattered all over town. So the technician arrives late, they find a locked gate, they forget to document the work, and they leave jobs unfinished. But then look at the after scenario. By taking those exact same 12 visits and grouping them by area and confirming access beforehand, the technician follows a clear route, they mark everything complete, they upload photos, and the owner can see the progress in real time. It's the exact same amount of work, but a completely different outcome.
Now, as you build out this new system, you really need to make sure you don't fall back into these sneaky little mistakes. The biggest trap, and I really want you to pay attention to this one, is scheduling purely by the order that requests come in, rather than by location. I know it feels natural to serve the first caller first, but geographically, that is a disaster. You also absolutely have to estimate your service times accurately, separate your routes clearly by crew, and be ready to adjust dynamically when things inevitably change.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, take control of your profit.
So how do we bring all this down to earth? Well, you don't need magic to get started. You just need to apply some really practical steps to your existing customer map. Seriously, pull up a map today, plot your customers out, group them by area, then define specific service days for those areas. Maybe the north side is strictly for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Assign your crews, enforce reviewing instructions before driving, and mandate that they mark the status and record photos the second they finish. It's a remarkably simple framework, but it is so powerful.
And a quick side note on making all of this a lot easier, platforms like ServiTrack Pro are fantastic enablers for this kind of operational lifestyle. They act as a single digital HUD, so you aren't stuck juggling paper maps and endless text messages. With a system like that in place, you always know exactly who's going where, what they're supposed to be doing, and what actually happened at the visit, right down to the invoice.
I want to leave you with this really great quote from our source material today. It is not only about having more visits, it is about organizing every day better so your team loses less time and your business protects more profit. So here's my final provocative question for you to ask yourself as you look at your schedule for tomorrow. Are you just filling your days to look busy, or are you actually designing your routes to protect your hard-earned profit?